The third point is, let's talk about the meaning of being a Karatbars affiliate. What does it mean to be a Karatbars affiliate? That's the third point. The fourth point, the issue of compliance in Karatbars is very important. So I just thought I'll take this moment to rehash it a bit. For those who already are aware of it, it will be additional benefit, perhaps a reminder or a refresher for those who are relatively new in the space of Karatbars. This is a very important part of what we need to bear in mind. The new point, which we haven't spoken about at length or at all, should I say, is a point around tax issues or tax matters. I do know that in meetings, presentations, people do ask a question: how do you pay tax with Karatbars? Whilst the question might be valid, but the answer to it is actually in the question. So we'll talk about personal and or business tax implication in terms of being a Karatbars affiliate. Number 6, the previous session we had, there were questions around what is Karat Pay. So in this session, we'll talk about what is Karat Pay and how can one use Karat Pay and what do you use it for. At the end, then we'll open up the platform for questions and answers, supposedly where anyone has got questions on any aspect of what we would have spoken about, then we'll be able to talk about it. So somewhere in point number 6, I've actually invited some of the industry experts in our team. Karatbars got a lot of experts in various fields. So I've invited 2 guys just to share with us some videos on Karat Pay, because it's quite a broad subject and there are a lot of things you can do with Karat Pay. So I just would like to share those couple of videos as part of our discussion this evening. So let's talk about the Global Summit. I'm sure you have seen in your back office, the Global Summit information has already been published. I think a day before yesterday, if not yesterday, it was published officially. We are, as it was announced by the CEO and founder of Karatbars, Dr. Harold Zeiss, that there's a Global Summit scheduled for 2020 in October. The date is not yet confirmed, but the month is. The place, in terms of the country, it is confirmed, or the city rather, is confirmed that it will be in Holland, Netherlands, in Amsterdam. That's a city where it will be. So basically, this means that you've got more than a year to plan for this trip, and you can't afford to miss this trip because this event or this summit, because according to the numbers expected, based on the venue that they've organized, they're expecting about 30,000 Karatbars affiliates, or should I say participants. That might include customers. You cannot afford not to be part of this. We were in Cape Town. We came back, we share some experience of our Cape Town visit. Even those who might have doubted at first, why should they go to Cape Town? When they came back from Cape Town, they realized they would have missed out if they did not. This is not different. Amsterdam might be far, but you have to make plans to be there. So Karatbars has been fair enough to allow us the whole year and a bit to plan for this trip and for this event. So according to what we know now, based on the latest news, it's a 3-day event. Be it starting on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or any 3 days in a week, it could be confirmed. But I believe it should be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a combination of a number of items that have been put together. The tickets for the event are already available on sale. The typical process for buying this ticket is straightforward. You go to your back office, product purchases, you drop down, and then you see Karatbars events, and then you click there. At this stage, the only event that has been put up is Global Summit 2020. So you can choose tickets that are available at the back office. They start from global ticket, which is just a standard, should I call it. There's a VIP ticket, then there's a VIP gold. If you look carefully, you realize that each of the tickets give you access to different types of events that will be planned for this mega long weekend. So the nice thing about these tickets is that you can buy one, or you can buy as a group of 10. And as you buy as a group of 10 or so, then there's a discount in the particular group that you are buying with. Global ticket is a general one, should I call it, VIP tickets, as well as VIP gold. Please go and look, organize your team, think, plan, and execute this plan of how best you want to go and travel there. Furthermore, the nice thing about this ticket that they generate incentives. Like any other product which is currently on the catalog of Karatbars, most of them do generate incentives. These includes units as well as bonuses. So the unit is a standard one where you are able to buy a ticket and you get a certain number of units for the ticket that you buy. So both three levels, they've got different units that they generate. The communication does explicitly put it clear as to what are the number of units per each one of the ticket categories. Secondly, the tickets are able to generate KCB bonuses. For those who are in Karatbars long enough, they understand exactly what that means. Both the buyer and the seller get to benefit in terms of additional KCB bonuses. So you buy a ticket entry level, which is global ticket. The bonus is 60%. And for the VIP gold, the bonus is 150% of the value of what you would have paid to buy those tickets for the event. So it's early days, I know, but don't be too relaxed. Start now to plan for and work towards this particular event. For South Africans, I know we always lament about the price of these tickets, including traveling and accommodation. It can be quite steep, but we are millionaires in the making at Karatbars. We invest in ourselves, and I think this is one event which you cannot afford not to be there because you'll miss out. I think one of the highlights of attending the Cape Town event was just to meet people whom I'm able now to engage with, look for assistance and help and guidance, regardless of where they are in the world. So I suppose going to Amsterdam as well, it puts you in a seat to be able to meet other affiliates within Karatbars environment and be able to network and engage and learn more and probably even start to hear more other testimonies from other people in other countries. So make sure that 2020, the calendar is blocked the whole month so that no one can disturb you. For those that are still in the employ, you can start saving your leave now for that particular travel, as well as your expenditure. Make it thin a bit, limited so that you can be able to travel there. So the information is available in the back office in this particular environment. Now, why is this thing running automatically? It shouldn't. Let me go back. The next topic I'd like to talk about is a mindset, wealth creation mindset. I was very lucky to meet this gentleman. His name is Kurt Kutzea. He's a very quiet, reserved guy, but I've never seen him so excited being part of the Karatbars family. In the last 2 to 3 months, I've met him and I've known him. I follow him on Facebook and I've seen a lot of him being vocal. Now, one of the stories which fascinated me about him is that he put up a testimony early in June, just before the Karatbars Cape Town event, where he shared with us where he has been with Karatbars, coming all the way from 2015 in January to where he is today. Now, part of what he shared with us, I suppose, again, seeing that I'm going to be talking about terms and conditions, including compliance, I do know that at Karatbars, we are not encouraged to share figures in terms of what we are earning and our income. But obviously, Kurt being a senior a citizen and as well as affiliate in the business, he has done it. And I don't think necessarily he does not know that it shouldn't be. But nonetheless, for me here is just to share with you what I've picked up from his testimony. So Kurt has indicated that he has personally sponsored, at the time of writing this post, he had personally sponsored 2,917 subordinate / affiliate or downline personally. But his business had grown to the extent of 34,883. I know for the fact that at the end of June, he posted circulated another post where he has said in the month of June alone, his business grew by 7,000 new affiliate. So which is quite outstanding. I mean, you can imagine the numbers are staggering. The longer he spent in the business, the more the business is able to strive to leverage. In the same post, which you see in front of you, is that he has shared with us the estimations of how much he has made in the month of May on commissions in this business. Now, this is, I think for me, is a perfect introduction or foundation to lay the next topic, which I'm going to be talking about, which pertains to the mindset for creating wealth. Because people like Kurt and many other guys, Conrad Lapuskakne, Tony De Govea, and many other big shots within the Karatbars family, Michael Deco, Nitsa Nakos, Brian McGintis, we know them all, Crypto Steve, amongst others. Those people have actually made it big in Karatbars. But for some reasons, you still found them grounded. You still found them humble. You still found them working hard. You still found them giving good advice as how best you need to be able to leverage on this kind of business that we are working on, which is Karatbar-based business. So I just thought maybe it is important for us then to probably share some ideas. I know at the end we might like to engage, especially in terms of asking questions on this, but I think one of the things I've learned from these guys is that if you really want to be wealthy, you need to think, you need to plan, and you need to behave in a way that will support your personal goals. So that means wealth is not the end necessarily, but it's a mean to an end. The end are the goals that you have. So wealth is a means of ensuring that you're able to achieve your goals, as opposed to say once you are wealthy, you would have arrived. Unless if that is your goal, then it's okay. But we do know that through wealth, people are able to do a number of other things. So the question is, what are your personal goals? You will also like to ask yourself and say, what are your business goals? And how will this journey of Karatbars, which is one of the instruments to assist you to achieve your personal goals, will be able to assist you going forward? So whilst it might be something which is over discussed, spoken about, some people find it not necessary to engage in, I think it's important as a Karatbar affiliate on this journey to start, or perhaps revise or relook or review at what are your financial goals. And as part of this question, the fundamental question to ask is why? Why do you want to achieve the goals you've set? How much, if it means is in quantity, money, value that you want to be able to achieve by when? How do you intend to do that, and with what? There's a whole exercise of how financial goals can be defined, which is generic, and I'm not suggesting that Karatbars have got their own way of defining it, but I'm just thinking, because if you look at examples of Kurkutie, I mean, people who are able to make millions of rands a month on commissions, you also are in a position to be able to do that. The question is, are you ready to face such? Would you be able to be stable enough to deal with those numbers? Would you be able to manage your life if it means you're in a situation where we are swimming in so much money? Because we know if you're not ready, it might just harm you as opposed to help you or benefit you. So starting to define your financial goals is important. But the second part of why financial goals are important is because there's always a saying that says, if you can't measure, how are you able to manage? You might have been in Karatbars for 3 months, 4 months, 2 weeks, a month. So far, how would you be able to determine whether your goals are being able to be achieved with the effort that you're putting in this business? I've been in Karatbars for 10 months now, July being probably the 11th month going forward. So I'm still 12 months less, but I'm starting to see some results which are scaring me. And with master nodes coming up and full node coming up, the super node coming up, and other elements of our prospective opportunities that we have invested in coming up, the question is, am I ready? That's the first thing. Secondly, does this meet my plans? Am I still on the path to achieve my goals? So I think it's important, therefore, for us as colleagues to be able to share this and discuss them. I know it's probably for everyone is waking up every day thinking as to who you can talk to, who you can bring into the business, whom you can invite, and how best you can improve on your presentation side of things. That is going to happen continuously, to be honest. But perhaps what I'm inviting you to think about is, what exactly do you want to achieve? So as I'm indicating here, Karatbars is not a goal, but it's one of the solutions or tools. Even one can look at it as mechanisms that you can use to achieve your financial goals. But what are the financial goals you want to achieve? Inviting or employing the quote from a well-known late Jim Rohn, who once said, if you want to be wealthy, study wealth. If you want to be happy, study happiness. So the question I'm posing to you now this evening is, how much effort have you put in studying wealth that you are so much working hard for? As the saying goes, the goose that lays the golden egg need to be preserved. I suppose Karatbars is one of those goose that lays a golden egg. Are you looking after it? And if you do, when would you see if it means the goose has laid enough eggs for you to be able to celebrate and enjoy the key milestones of what you are pursuing or what you are in pursuit of? Moving forward, I've also invited some quotes from a gentleman called Cash Lambert. He writes for Wealth Fit magazine. It's an online magazine where he said wealth starts in the mind. And he looks at 4 ways. These are his own 4 ways, but I thought they are relevant to us as well. 4 ways to develop wealth mindset. 1, set goals, be patient and persevere. Set goals, be patient and persevere. Invest for the future today, meaning you start now to invest for the future. Never stop hustling. Again, by him talking about hustling, it says look for opportunities to improve the way you participate in the wealth creation journey. And I think number 4 is probably most important, because we do know life can be tough. Business is not smooth, be it personal business or any other business that you embark in. It can be difficult. For those who are in Karatbars, they can also understand that some stage they have to travel long hours, spend long time on the road, work until very late, balancing the numbers, talking to other people, hoping that other people will probably see the opportunity, but at some stage it can just be north or south or east or west, or probably no positive result to expect. But you need to always keep your positive mental attitude. I mean, talking to people like Kurt, I know he's posted in some other videos in other Facebook posts where he indicated that his life hasn't been smooth, but he's been keeping up and going on to ensure that he's putting a positive attitude on day-to-day basis. So I'm inviting you again to say, for us to be able to walk on this journey together, it does not mean it will be smooth for all of us. It means there will be some challenges, but let us sit at each other. If we all understand that building and creating wealth is not just about working hard enough or working too hard and forget about other things, but it's about balancing your goals. Be patient in waiting for a particular tree that you have planted to come up. Be patient to wait for the seed to start to show some signs of protruding and be able to grow a plant. Be patient enough to start to wait for the tree to bear fruits, and wait enough for the harvest to be able to be matured for you to be able to consume it. So the nature does tell us that. So I suppose in terms of wealth creation, the same is also important. Invest in yourself, invest in the future today, never stop hustling, and maintain the positive attitude. Now, let's come to the most important aspect of our discussion period this evening, is the issue of compliance. When we're in Cape Town, one of the guys from Karatbars head office spent a decent amount of time going through the terms and conditions of what is expected from a compliance point of view from an affiliate of Karatbars. I think it will only be fair for us to ensure that all new affiliates that are coming into this business need to understand this part. We will always emphasize it. We will always ensure that we try to spare a moment, as opposed to rush chasing business. Let's also spare a moment to try to share this element of importance. The compliance terms and conditions are available at the back office. It's advisable that even though you might have accepted them at your registration time, please go through them and read them very carefully, because Karatbars affiliation membership or affiliate are growing quite fast and big. With one of my colleagues who's also attending today, we had a situation whereby we picked up an audio from someone who claimed to be a Karatbar affiliate, but he was busy communicating and misleading information to other prospects whom he was attracting or inviting or sharing the concept of Karatbars to. We listened to the video, we approached the gentleman, we asked him, where do you get this information you're talking about? Where is it in the library of Karatbars information? He couldn't tell us. All what he said is that, and I'm quoting him, my sponsor told me this information, and I've seen him, he's doing well, he's a millionaire. I believe that one day I'll also be a millionaire, so I'm following him on his footsteps. We escalated the matter to our senior affiliate or sponsors with the intention to say, this guy is destroying our business. I don't know where the gentleman is now, but I do know for the fact that whatever kind of information you are sharing with people has actually put him in hot water. If there will be a time and opportunity for him to meet some of the people whom he had shared this misleading information to, I don't think they will be able to talk and smile to each other. Probably his life might be at risk. Now, that might be an exaggeration. I'm not purporting that people need to put other people's life at risk, but it comes down to a one point and one point only. it is important that Karatbars affiliate should communicate information that they know is official from Karatbars, because it's not going to save you to say, my sponsor told me, therefore I'm going to go along with that. If there's information where you can confirm, or sources where you can confirm exactly what is the content of what you're talking about. To an extent, the gentleman was saying, people who are going to be putting X amount of money in Karatbars at some stage of their investment, they're also going to get an iPhone. Now, I've never had Karatbars in association with iPhone, but the gentleman was talking about that. So I'm talking about the issue of compliance. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important for us to know exactly what we are dealing with here. So please go through the rules and regulations, terms and conditions. I did not take all the list of everything, but I've just pulled some few which I thought we might be able to discuss. First and foremost, number one is that as a Karatbar affiliate, you are independent of Karatbars. You might be dealing with Karatbar business, but you are independent of Karatbars. So if it means the pool hit the fan, they will deal with you as an individual affiliate, because you are not representing Karatbars in any way, shape, form or type. So it's important to understand that. It is also encouraged that you declare that in front of the people you are talking to when you are presenting the Karatbar affiliate. All Karatbar affiliates are of the same status, and I've heard this from one of the senior Karatbar affiliates in the name of Tammy Morrison. She posted a post, I think last week. I think I did share with some of you on the groups. Tammy has been with Karatbars for almost since inception. She came into Karatbars when there was no system in Karatbars, but only a spreadsheet to do commissions calculation as well as affiliate membership growth. She shared her story during the Cape Town celebration. She has been to South Africa several times. She's one of the top earning Karatbars affiliates. But she will tell you that she's not different than you and me, because in Stuttgart, we are all treated the same. She might have a better relationship with other affiliates as much as I've got a relationship with you guys on one-on-one, but it does not mean other affiliates are better than others. So she's emphasizing the fact that do not see yourself as small, inferior, just by virtue of the fact that you are new in Karatbars. You might not have all the information on Karatbars, but you are same in the eyes of Karatbars International in terms of being an affiliate. So which means if you really want to make this business a success, you don't have to look at yourself to say I'm still new, but you have to look at yourself to say I've arrived in the space where my dreams, my goals, and my aspiration can be achieved, and push on from there. Because Karatbars see you as exactly the same. 650,000 affiliates, you are not just a number. You are unique, and they see you exactly in that manner. You can claim your space in this ecosystem. So do not despair nor look at yourself as someone who is small or necessarily new in the business and therefore think your space is limited. But claim your space in the business and run it, because your journey is only yours. Your race is only yours. Everyone is running his or her own race. We might work together as a group, but at the end of the day, your goals are yours and mine are mine. So we can share some common goals. But at the end of the day, when I sit and take stock of how far I've ran my race, it should probably be not the same as yours. Some of us are running sprints. Some of us are running marathons. Some of us are running country crossing. Some of us are probably doing things that you've never heard of, crossing continents in terms of the journey that we are in pursuit of. So it's important that you see yourself as equal, work hard enough to gain information, read, invest in yourself, develop yourself. One day we will look upon you and say, this guy has probably shed some light which we can all follow. So in Karatbars, we're all the same. I think that's essentially part of the point that I'm trying to communicate, because I've seen some senior leaders, by virtue of them being in Karatbars long enough, sharing the same kind of mindset, or should I say, thinking. Now, point number B, it is required by law in your country that you must register your trade independently with appropriate authorities. This is exact extraction from Karatbars terms and conditions. So Karatbars does not prevent you from registering a business which you want to use to operate Karatbars business, as long as you comply with the laws of your country. Now, I'm talking about this because if you realize how much money you are able to make, the question is the vehicle you are using suitable to deal with all the elements of tax, amongst other things, in terms of what you'll be earning? Robert Kiyosaki would tell you straight away that a person, as in a natural person, pays more tax than a touristic person. In other words, As a business, you can avoid and prevent to pay higher taxes if you know how to structure it. So the journey we are in pursuit of is about income, money, and wealth. I'm therefore asking you whether, by virtue of the fact that Karatbars do allow you to follow certain routes of structuring your own business, are you taking advantage of that? C, you are solely responsible for paying the required taxes on all commissions according to the laws of your country. It just might be a simple C point, but it is important because we know, and I know from experience, especially in the crypto industry, cryptocurrency industry, US being an example, a lot of people made a lot of money during the heydays of crypto. But because they did not observe basic laws of tax payments, when the government started to say, we have realized that you have made so much money, how come you haven't paid us as a government in terms of taxes? When they say then 50% of what you have earned in the last 5 years is due to us, the truth is you don't keep every money you earn in your pocket or in your bank, you spend it. Now you don't have 50% at the time when government demands you to pay the money. So it's important, guys, for you to bear in mind that point C is important. You might be currently earning 250 euros or less, but it's not going to end there. And the government needs all of it, which is due to him. So two things. One, the structure of how you engage in Karatbars business. Are you using the right vehicle, tools? Secondly, are you minding the issue of your commissions being part of your earning? And how do you plan to disclose that? And I'm saying this because the tax year is opened. You know that it's already opened, both e-filing as well as physical filing of taxes. So if you have been in Karatbars and you've been earning some money, please make sure that you are not caught with your pants down. Be ready and try to find ways of dealing with that. I'm not suggesting that run away. I'm just suggesting try to find a way to deal with tax matters in a legitimate way as possible. D, you are entitled to employ your own employees, sub-agents, and other auxiliary people as part of your normal business work. I do not know what this will mean to you, but typically in my situation, as a person who operate a business, I've already got employees which I'm employing or I've employed to run my day-to-day business. So if Karatbars give me an idea like this, it means Karatbars is actually saying, in pursuing Karatbars business, you can actually have people that helps you. Karatbars does not have any say onto those people, but you have to have a say onto those people. So it allows you to have your own structure of how you want to operate. The question is, can this help you if it's legitimately acceptable within Karatbars ranks? Point E, you may not resell Karatbars product commercially. The only thing you're expected to do is to make recommendations on the product that Karatbars own. So you're only permitted to make recommendations. I know English language can probably be difficult at some stage to use proper languages, but in this case, if you look at E, Karatbars is saying, as an affiliate, we are not selling. And they've said this several times. We are not selling anything. As an affiliate, we are sharing information. And at this particular point in time, they're also saying, as an affiliate, you are making recommendations on the product that Karatbars own. So if it's on their terms and conditions, therefore it's important. So as we engage with prospective affiliates and other people within the ecosystem, I think these are some of the things that we need to be able to observe so that we always find ourselves on the good side of the Karatbars laws. So these are my own words. Point number one, as long as you comply with all the terms and conditions of Karatbars, you have a business in a box. Karatbars is a business in a box. You've got a license to operate. You've got a system which manages your back office. You've got a product which is clearly defined. You've got products which are being introduced, well researched and packaged. You've got a properly structured earning and remuneration system. You've got proper records of audits which can be presented to any structure in terms of how much you have earned, how long, and exactly how did it come about. So all what you need to do is to take the business in a box and run with it. So if it means this is a business in a box, are you running it as a business or are you still just running it as another a part-time venture? And I'm suggesting that it should be considered to be seen as a business because it's got all the proper foundation and box ticking of what a business is or should be. So as a business owner, you are expected and required to familiarize yourselves with all the laws of the country now that you are a business person operating a business. Because again, having been in business for more than 15 years now, I know I've burned my fingers in many things, in many areas, because all what I was focusing on is to make money and ignoring the governance aspect of the business. So having learned from that, I'm just sharing with you to say, do not be like us who got burned in many other aspects. So rather plan for this ahead. Plan for this ahead and make sure that you tick all the necessary boxes in terms of governance so that you'll be able to sleep peacefully and operate your business smoothly, because Karatbars is a business in a box. You should always be aware of new product being introduced in Karatbars. On daily, well, maybe not daily basis, on regular basis, Karatbars introduce new products. I've just spoken about the Global Congress in Amsterdam. The Global Congress in Amsterdam, when you buy those tickets, you're able to generate units as well as bonuses. So that's a product. That means you as a Karatbars affiliate, you can actually sell the tickets to other non-affiliate members of Karatbars. You can sell the tickets to other customers who are not affiliate of Karatbars. And in the process, you'll be able to earn units as well as bonuses in terms of KCBs. So, and bear in mind, Karatbars always encourage people who are not Karatbars affiliates to be able to attend some of their events. So this is not different. In Cape Town, the same was the case. We bought tickets for some of our prospects. I'm glad to announce that some of them, if not most of them, have actually signed up as part of Karatbars business affiliate. So the same is not different from Amsterdam trip and or Congress or event. So Karatbars gives us those products. We know about the product, K1 Impulse, as well as cash gold exchange machines, which are expiring this Thursday on the 18th. That's another product. We know about our typical business packages. We know about profit packages. For all intents and purposes, those need to be expiring as well on the 15th, I think. They're now at 0 level, no more bonuses as of 15th of July. So there are many other products of Karatbars, and there's a whole list of products and how many units it generates. So if you like and you are committed to this business, what is important then is spend enough time to understand these products so that you can be able to position them accordingly. They change regularly. So when they change, I know Karatbars sometimes does not proactively share the information with all of us, but we can always, when we look at our back office, try to seek new information about the products that are being produced and that are being delivered, that are available. Cash gold exchange machines, as you might know or you are aware, they're hitting the shores in the next 4 to 6 weeks. In South Africa, about 200 of them are coming. These are owned by affiliates. You as an affiliate, you can buy your own cash gold exchange machine, in bracket ATM, and be able to operate it. K-Merchants, you know the K-Merchant machine is available for free. You don't have to pay a cent to acquire it. You can test it. You can then share it to other merchants around the country or around the world free of charge. And when they operate, you're able to make some income around it. So some of these are very big products. If you look at K-Merchant, for an example, they are very big products. The question is, are you taking advantage of some of these? Because affiliation is just one part of it. Affiliate membership is just one part of it. Collecting and saving in gold is another part of it. But these global payment systems components, I suppose if they can be looked at quite carefully, they can set a path for much more avenue of success in terms of us working towards achieving our business goals within Karatbars business. Point number 4, I've alluded to it earlier on. We are not allowed to publish any information about your income, in bracket income forecasts, in relation to Karatbars business. They discourage this to happen. Obviously, I know in private sectors, or not in private sector, in private sessions when we present, some people will ask you a question and look, you can share, but it's a private session. It's not something you're publishing it in the public domain. But refrain from publishing it in the public domain, because I'm not too sure what will be the response if they quote a reference to say you are not allowed, but you do it. So sharing, again, within reason is an important part of Karatbars, as I've alluded to it. So I've spoken about tax. I'm not going to spend too much time on tax issues, but Karatbars is a business. As a business make income, and this income is in a form of commissions as well as profits made out of sales of your cryptocurrency at some stage. I can share with you some of the case studies which are not very interesting, when people are being followed by revenue services in the United States. I know in South Africa, cryptocurrency governance or regulations are not yet watertight. I'm not too sure when would they be, but safe to say that it's important for us to prepare ourselves for should I say, the time when this regime when these regulations are in place, because we know that the government is looking at this industry as one of the fastest growing industries. Cryptocurrency is one of the fastest growing industries. Currently, we are sitting just above 300 billion US dollars of this industry. 300 billion US dollars of this industry. In 2017, we're at about 700, if not plus or minus 600 billion US dollars. So it's a very lucrative industry, and it's not about to slow down in terms of growth. So if government does not cash in by virtue of collecting taxes from earnings, you'll be losing out. So the government is working hard to find ways of cashing. The question is, are we working hard equally to ensure that we save and then we preserve our hard-earned cash and money? That's why I'm keep on going back to the question of taxes and other things. So it's a duty of every affiliate, not of Karatbars. Karatbars is paying its own taxes, but it's your duty to pay your own based on the income you earn. If you sell your coins at the time when they're 10,000 US dollars, you can't just take the whole of it and put it in your pocket if you haven't disclosed how much profit you have made. I'm not too sure exactly what are the elements of tax regulation in terms of cryptos, but I'm just saying, as good affiliate, honorable affiliate, let us work together to make sure that we find ways of being prepared. I know there are already people who are expecting this field, so who can come and share with us.